It's perfectly normal to change directions a second, third, or even a fourth time throughout your life, if that's what you're feeling called to do. And I want to point out that age should never be a deciding factor when it comes to designing the life you want. I'm Amy Porterfield, ex-corporate girl turned CEO of a multi-seven-figure business. But it wasn't all that long ago that I lacked the confidence, the budget, and the time to focus on growing my small but mighty business. Fast forward past many failed attempts and lessons learned, and you'll see the business I have today, one that changes lives and gives me more freedom than I ever thought possible, one that used to only exist as a daydream. I created the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast to give you simple, actionable, step-by-step strategies to help you do the same. If you're an ambitious entrepreneur or one in the making who's looking to create a business that makes an impact and a life you love, you're in the right place, friend. Let's get started. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to Online Marketing Made Easy. I'm so grateful you chose to tune in today. And I know that you have so many choices out there when it comes to podcasts. So it means a lot to me that you are here today. So today we're going to talk about aging as it pertains to starting a business and running a business. Here's the thing. You may have been in a career for 15 years that you liked, but you didn't love, and you started to crave the desire to be your own boss. Or maybe you've recently retired, but you found that you want something else to work on. Or maybe you've been a stay-at-home mom or dad, and now you're an empty nester and you're ready to finally do something for yourself. Or maybe you were laid off or fired from your job and you thought, you know what? I am not going back to working for someone else. I've got to figure out how to be my own boss. A lot of people that come into my world, they have a huge desire for financial freedom and a huge desire to be their own boss. And many of those that come into my world, they've been in the work world for many, many years. So it doesn't matter how old you are, but a lot of people that tune in, they're in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and they're ready to make something happen. And I'm really honored that I get to be on this journey with so many of you. So today we're going to talk about age and if it's holding you back, not your age, but your thoughts about your age. So just stay with me for a moment. I see a lot of my students come into my masterclass for Digital Course Academy, and without fail, they share some concerns that they are too old to build a brand new business. Too old, they're too late to the game. They feel as though they missed the boat. But that, my sweet friend, is just in your mind. And if we've learned anything, it's that our mindset can always be rerouted and reframed. Hallelujah, because I know I've needed that. In fact, I got to just prove my point that age is just a number. And if you're having an issue with it, it's really just all in your head. Let me just prove that right now. Vera Wang, who is a hugely successful wedding dress designer, she made her first wedding dress when she was 40. First wedding dress when she was 40, and she is a world-renowned wedding dressmaker today. Samuel L. Jackson didn't land his first blockbuster movie role until he was 46 years old. This is my favorite one. Julia Child. Okay, anything about Julia Child, I love. She didn't write her first cookbook until the age of 49. Joy Behar didn't become a host on The View until age 55. It's perfectly normal to change directions a second, third, or even a fourth time throughout your life, if that's what you're feeling called to do. And I want to point out that age should never be a deciding factor when it comes to designing the life you want. I was really moved to do this episode because there was a post in my Momentum membership group recently, which is for my Digital Course Academy alumni. And a bunch of my students were talking about finding success online after the age of 40. The comments got me excited. Let me share some of them. Katie said that she launched her first course at age 40. Osama said his $50,000 months started happening at age 46. I think that's so incredible. Tori said she launched her first course at age 42 and she's just getting started. And that's the attitude I want to see. And Julia said she is launching her first course over 40 and rounds out her comment by saying, if you're always learning and growing, you can do anything. Okay, I love my Momentum members for the record. I love their attitude, but it's so true. The common thread here between these four people is that you can tell their mindset is one of optimism, of abundance, and of excitement. They're ready to see what the future holds because, yes, you do still have a future in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 70s. And to be honest, sometimes entrepreneurs starting a little later in life are able to fast track their success because they have so much life experience. And for many, they probably don't have a young family they're also focusing on raising, and they feel a little bit more grounded and they have more time to do the things they want to do. I'm here to tell you and remind you that it's never too late to go after what you desire. Never too late. But more importantly, if you're feeling a little caught up about age, ask yourself, what's the alternative? What, you stay in a job that you hate? You continue to do something just because you're good at it? You stop learning anything new? You continue to be afraid of what other people might think of you. Oh my gosh, she's 55 years old and she's starting a business. Who does she think she is? Consider the source. Anybody who is doing anything big and courageous and exciting is not going to make that comment about you. Consider the source. And what are you going to do? Just appease them and play small and remain unhappy? Let me tell you, people don't care that much about you. They don't. And I'm not trying to be harsh here, but their comments, their judgment about you is really a reflection of how they feel about themselves. I'm telling you, I've learned this the hard way because I've cared deeply about what people think about me online, and it has never served me. And now that I'm in my, dare I say it, late 40s, I can't even be mid 40s. I'm 47. I feel like I'm kind of getting up there in my late 40s. I finally have gotten to a place that I care a whole lot less. Now, I still care. I can't lie about that, but I care a whole lot less. And I hope by the time I hit 50, I just don't care at all. My mom is 73, and I could tell she could give a you-know-what about what people think about her. She doesn't care. She's just living her life. And I told her, I want that now. I don't want to wait till my 70s to feel that way. I want that now. So I am going for it. Because I think when we worry about what people will think about us, especially like, are we too old to be doing something? We're just playing small. We're making our life small. Who wants that? I've noticed a trend on TikTok lately. There are a lot of content creators who are in their 50s and 60s. This one creator in particular, she's in her 60s. She shared on her TikTok videos that her adult kids think it's so cringy that she is putting herself out there on TikTok. And you know what her response was? She said, but I really enjoy this. I'm stretching myself and I'm learning something new. And I will do this until the day I die because I love the feeling of pushing myself and getting out of my comfort zone. Otherwise, she said, the alternative is that I do nothing and I let my life pass me by. Think about how much courage it takes to be, let's say, 60 years old, never have used TikTok. It's not like you were raised with technology, never used TikTok. Your kids think you're cringy for getting on it and you do it anyway. That's what I think a badass looks like. Like, I love that. Figure it out. Put yourself out there. Don't worry what other people are thinking. Your life is waiting. And also your financial freedom is waiting. On the other side of your fear or your judgment of yourself that you are too old? What if you told yourself, I will never say that again? I have to tell you this. I recorded this episode because I started in my 30s. I started my business when I was 29, 30 years old. So I didn't ever have this issue like, am I too old to get started? So that was never my problem. I left my corporate job at 29 or 30 and I got started. However, being 47, I look around at other people who are doing what I'm doing in my industry or just content creators, influencers, which has been like a huge surge, right? And I feel old sometimes. I think, oh my goodness, they are so young. They're in their 20s or 30s. And I automatically, there's this little thought that comes in my head, like they have an advantage over me because they're young. I've heard myself say that, like, they're younger than me, like as though they have an advantage. And then I stop myself and I say, hell no. I have been through the battlefield in business. I know what it takes to grow a business like this. I know how to influence an audience, and I know how to teach, and I know how to create marketing messages, and I know how to do webinars like a boss. Things that, to be quite honest, the younger generation that's coming up, they've got to learn that stuff still. They will. They'll be amazing at it, but they don't know all that I know, and they sure as heck don't have the experience I have. And here's the deal. I don't need to compare myself to them. I don't need to say, I have this and you don't. All I need to say is, I got what I need. I'm good. I have what I need in order to succeed. And I have a track record of success, as do you, my friend. You might not have a track record of success in online business yet, but in other areas of your life and other areas of your jobs, you do. And so we just got to be careful that I tell you this story to say, the thoughts still enter my mind. I've been on camera for 15 years. I'd rather you not do this, but if you go through some of my old videos, and actually I did a whole video montage of getting started back in September. It's on my social media, so it's there. But I look at those videos sometimes and I think, oh my gosh, I was a baby when I started. Even though I was 30, which is not a baby, I look at myself and there's no wrinkles. I look very young compared to how I look now. And sometimes that bothers me because I'm aging on camera. But I recently just had a birthday in December, and I'm not a big birthday person. I don't love to celebrate my birthday. It's not something that like I'm really excited about. I don't know. I just never have been. However, I woke up on December 12th, which is my birthday. I woke up and I said, I am so lucky. I'm so lucky that I get to live another year. Here I am, another trip around the sun. Like how fortunate I am. And I really, all day, I felt really good. I felt like I had some maturity under my belt, like some wisdom. And I have also been working out and taking care of myself for a full year now. And that changed everything for me as well. I think I'm not going to get on my high horse about wellness and fitness because believe me, that is not my area of strength. But I will say that putting my health first for a full year, I've really longer, but let's just say in the last 12 months, I have worked out religiously. I have been eating cleaner, not perfect. I've really focused on my health and working with different doctors, and I've really put my effort there. And so as I age, I feel like I'm getting better. I feel like I'm getting stronger. I feel like I look better. My attitude's better. And so that makes me feel younger, quite honestly. I feel better today than I did 10 years ago. I've always battled my weight. So that's always kind of been an issue. I've talked about that on the podcast a lot. But the reason I'm telling you this is if you're not feeling your best and you're letting your age keep you playing small, I think focusing on feeling your very best, whatever that means to you, it will help those thoughts that come into your head thinking I'm too old to do this. Because the minute I look at someone younger than me and think, oh, she's got an advantage on me, she's younger, it's easier for my mind to go in a more positive place because I've been working on my wellness in general. It's easier to have positive thoughts when you're working on yourself. I guess that's just my point. So I wanted to share that with you to say, if you are struggling with anything around your age, I get it. And I've been there. And I know the insecurities around looking a certain way, being a certain way, and I also know that you can rise above it. That I know for sure. And here's the deal. If you are over 40 years old and you're grappling with the decision to start a business right now or not, I have to ask you, what are the age-related reasons that have kept you from starting? Does it feel like there's too much to learn and you don't have enough time? Do you feel like you aren't good with tech? That's another one that comes up with my students who are older. The tech sometimes stops them in their tracks. Maybe you think you're a slow learner, which probably isn't the truth, by the way. Or does it feel like just too late to dive into something new and big and overwhelming, like the time has passed? Or are you afraid of what people will say? If you're answering yes to any of these questions, you're letting your thoughts of fear and insecurity take over. Most often, our thoughts control our feelings, which can control our actions. So let's reframe these thoughts and rewrite them as mantras or mottos that you can tell yourself over and over again. So you don't have to believe everything you think. And when a thought comes up, like my thought, like, ooh, she's younger than me, she's got an advantage. Nope. I have knowledge, I have wisdom that I'm bringing to the table. Like I've got to catch it. So let me give you a few. So I have a motto that I often tell myself, which is whatever is meant for me will find me. That one serves me well. Whatever is meant for me, no matter what age I am, whatever is meant for me, it will find me. I believe that to my core. Now, that doesn't mean that I sit on my couch and wait for things to come my way. That's not how it works, right? It means I'm going to show up and play full out. And whatever comes from all the work and effort and focus I put in is absolutely meant for me. Now, if I show up and do the work and the result isn't exactly what I had hoped for, then I know that at that time, what I want, what I desire, isn't what I need at the moment. I just know the universe is taking care of me. So this motto, whatever is meant for me will find me, serves me well. But if you need to come up with a different motto that serves you, please, I'm going to give you one in just a minute, a little fierce one. But this motto here that I just shared with you, it serves me well because it gives me the permission to move forward, persevere, keep going instead of racking my brain over why I didn't get what I worked so hard to get. Because it's not my time. It's not meant for me right now. Maybe later, but not right now. And I also, here's another motto I live by. What's next is better. This has always served me. What's next is better. So if a door closes, if an employee quits, if an opportunity I wanted so bad passes me by, what's next is better. You cannot lose with that motto. I use that one a lot as well. So if you feel like you're stuck and your age is preventing you from going after what you want, what motto can you adopt to get you out of bed every morning, to work hard, to put yourself out there, not caring what people are thinking, and to keep your limiting beliefs about your age at bay? Maybe it's this one. This is the one I wanted to share with you. When you have that thought like, ooh, I'm too old. I missed the boat. It's too late. What are they going to think? I want you to say, watch me. You think I'm too old? You think my time has passed? Watch me. I use the watch me a lot when I think someone's doubting me or someone's closed the door on me. I have this little voice in my head and it says, watch me. And it's fierce. It's a little sassy and I kind of like it. I need that. So start using your fears as motivation to prove yourself and everyone else wrong. Did you hear that? Prove yourself if you're having these thoughts and everyone else that you're worried about, prove them wrong. That this societal stigma of starting something big and learning something new at an older age is pointless. We're going to trash that right now. And who makes the rules on this sort of thing anyway? Let your inner Beyonce come out of you and give into the pull that you've been feeling towards starting your business or launching your course or creating that membership or starting that mastermind, whatever it is, because you deserve the greatness that you are yearning for. I got to tell you one more quick thing. I've been in a lot of groups this year, I don't know why, with my friend Jeff Walker. I love this man. He's the one who created the product launch formula and the sales letters, and you've likely heard about him. But I don't know how old he is, but he's older than me. And he often makes these little jokes. I'm the oldest person in the room. So he keeps showing up to these masterminds. And I don't know if it's true or not, but he jokes like, I'm the oldest person in this room. And I hope he knows this, but behind the scenes, everyone is in awe of him. He's like the guru when it comes to launching. And he has this very specific formula that everyone I know in my industry has used. And like, we love him and we respect him. And that love and respect and just in awe of him would not have come when he was 30. Like the work he has done over the years and the lives he has changed, our respect for him, our love for him, our desire to be in his presence is because the time he's put in and the changes he's made and the impact he's made in people's lives. So when he jokes, I might be the oldest one in the room, he's also the coolest one in the room. He's the one that we all look up to. Like, tell me what you know, Jeff. And I think that's really cool. And I also love, he's still pushing himself with all his launches. He's actually doing something new. I don't want to share because we were in a mastermind and he hasn't shared it publicly, but he's working on something really cool and new and he's excited. And I love that. And it totally inspires me. So be that person, put in the time, put in the work, put your head down, make an impact, be about service. So when one day you show up and you're the oldest one in the room, everyone looks to you and thinks, damn, that person has impacted my lives. I cannot believe I get to be in the same room as them. That's the cool stuff. So there you have it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I know this topic is a little different than my normal stuff, but I think it was important to have. If you know someone who is, let's say, a little bit older, whatever that means to you, and you know that might be holding them back a little bit, get them this episode. Let's remind them that it's never too late, that the world needs their magic, and that we're not going to let fear or what other people think ever hold us back. We're not going to play small. We're going to put ourselves out there and we're going to do big things, no matter our age. All right, my friend, I love you to the moon and back. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you on Thursday for more entrepreneurial goodness. Same time, same place. Can't wait.